Tonight, a dramatic news spike in the number of homicides and rapes so far this year in the city of Atlanta. That's according to a just released report from the police department. Aggravated assault, those are slightly down. The report covers data, though, through late last week, so it doesn't even take into account the last 72 hours of violence that left at least one person dead. And teenagers were among the 5 people shot near Centennial Olympic Park Saturday night. CBS 46's Haley Mason joins us live from Atlanta City Hall. And Haley, city leaders, they are dealing with a major task to really try and address the violence involving teenagers, which only seems to get worse.
It certainly is, and they both have realized that it can only get worse this summer when teens are out of school. I met with a local councilwoman who is traumatized after seeing a teenager be shot and killed in front of her just yesterday during a non-violence rally. She's one of the local leaders that are trying to get tougher on violence with teens and also offering mediation and crime resolution resources to them and their families. We went to Welcome All Park in the city of South Fulton and walked with Councilwoman Helen Willis to the spot where she witnessed a deadly shooting this weekend.
By the time I made it over here, that's when I saw the young man laying face down.
Willis was in the park for a Stop the Violence rally. She just wrapped up her speech when gunfire erupted. Yards away, 18-year-old Malik Hambrick was shot to death in the parking lot right before her eyes.
We have never had an incident of this magnitude where somebody was shot dead in the park.
At a non-violent rally.
At a non-violent rally.
Police tell me Hambrick was involved in a verbal altercation that turned into a physical fight and then a shooting, all among possible teenagers. Police believe there were multiple shooters. Councilwoman Willis says she's looking at bringing back her proposed ordinance to fine parents or put them in training courses if their kids break the curfew or the law.
I had a parent accountability ordinance on the table about 4 years ago, and several community members who didn't even live in the community tried to beat me up about it, but I am going to revisit it.
Meanwhile, in Atlanta, several more teens, 2 girls and 3 teenage boys, were all shot outside the Waffle House at Centennial Olympic Park after a dispute escalated to a shooting.
There is the law on the books that they should not, in fact, be out.
Both cities have curfews in place for teens. Atlanta even has a component to fine parents. I asked if they're being enforced.
As you know, we continue to try to expand our police force so we can cover all of the city. And so being short-staffed, we continue to try to expand that so that we can enforce laws across the city.
This afternoon, Atlanta Police Chief Rodney Bryant went to City Hall to lay out problems with youth violence. The chief and council are looking to break down teenage crimes, especially those being committed while using scooters.
We are looking at legislation that would limit the age minimum for scooter usage, and they could have a forcibility on the backside as well if scooters were used in the perpetration of a crime.
And this afternoon, we know that the city council is getting statistics from the police department and working on implementing that scooter ordinance where they can punish teens for trying to break into scooters if they're going to commit a crime or use them in committing a crime, but also get it on the books where hopefully teenagers 16 and younger will not be allowed to ride scooters at all in the city of Atlanta. So that's just one measure that they're looking at in addition to other community resources and mentoring programs for teens. Reporting live outside of Atlanta City Hall, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.